I'm 47 years old and I am feel like I haven't even started, and I'm aware of my professional and personal accomplishments. I feel like I haven't fucking started. And so when people are like, what's the floor price next week? Or why hasn't my business exploded? Or why didn't I lose 20 pounds this month? Everyone's super confused about how important it is to focus on your mentality and your health, because then everything else will click. What is Creatures of Habit for 1 minute infomercial on what that is, just so people can know. Obviously they can click your picture and probably, I'd like to think it's default link to your URL, but what is it?
Creatures of Habit is a lifestyle and wellness brand focused on nutritional habits. So the goal is, we produce a product. It's a superfood meal. It consists of 30 grams of plant-based protein, gluten-free oats, omega-3 fatty acids, probiotic, digestive enzymes, vitamin D3, chia seed, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, and a little pinch of lentil. You can make it instantly or you can make it overnight. Overnight is definitely the best way to make it. It's made so easily and so conveniently. The idea is to give people a nutritional habit that they can stick to every single day and feel that win. Because ultimately, we are our habits, and when we start with good ones, better ones follow.
Hi, Gary.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm great. I just wanted to thank you all for having this space. I think it's super important that we all know about what is best to do. Our health and wellness is really, especially in this space. I've been on my NFT journey for over a year now, and it has been difficult for me to stay health conscious when my face is stuck to the phone. I'm very aware of the media, posting on TikToks 30 times a day, things like that, and it can get difficult to prioritize your health. So I just want to thank you so much for having this space and allowing me to speak.
I love it.
Thank you.
One thing that I'll just say to everybody listening is the beauty of Creatures of Habit, and specifically Meal One, the product that we've been selling for the last year and change, is that what you just said, it's hard to prioritize health, is exactly what this product is there to do. It is so easy to make. You never have to think about it. It's always there. It's made in minutes, in 2 minutes. And you can always rest assured that you can draw a line through at least one meal every single day when you are part of the Creatures community. It is really there to help that. And so I'm hoping people subscribe, because this is the time. This is the time to walk the walk. Everybody has a big dream and a big goal, specifically around their health and wellness. Something that.
Hey, Michael, I'm apologizing for cutting you off, because I'm getting requests in the Discord, and I've also gotten
Let's go.
And I've also gotten a couple texts from friends here while we're doing this. People are asking, is there a discount? For everyone who's on Twitter right now, I shared the URL on my latest tweet to the landing page. I'm also sharing it in my Discord as we speak. But people are asking, is there a discount? I see when I go on the page, $215/$119 for the double subscription, which is the 28 meals, which is the pack that we did last time, was called something else, that gets you into the group coaching. I assume that you did your January discount, right? For that 119, is that how I'm seeing it?
So basically you're getting a steep discount right now when you subscribe, and not only are you getting a discount on the product, but we're also throwing in a limited edition collaborated creature container with Gary, where Gary, I had asked Gary to give me a quote that he felt was appropriate for this event, and so he gave me a quote that I love, that I think you guys will love too, and it's printed on the creature container. There was only 200 of those made, so for the first 200 people that subscribe to the 28 pouch monthly subscription, will get a Creatures of Habit Gary collaborated creature container, as well as the Creature of Habit limited edition journal, which I spent a year working on. I believe in journaling, and we're throwing that in as well. So yes, there's a very steep discount on it.
CF Sauce, who's always busting my balls in my Discord, said that the price on the GaryVee thing is the same as the general. That's because you just did the whole January discount thing overall? Did I read that right?
Yes, we just launched it all.
Got it. Okay, cool. Let's ask some other questions and answer some people's questions about the food or the process or building a brand or whatever. Heather, do you have another question? And then we'll go FFB.
Yes, I just wanted to ask Michael, is your program plant-based as well? Do you have plant-based options?
It is plant-based, gluten-free, dairy-free, non-GMO, all the good stuff.
Okay, thank you so much. I just want to thank you, Gary, for allowing me to speak today. I really appreciate it. Nice to meet you all.
Such a pleasure. Carispa on my Discord just said, Michael is in very good shape, Gary. My wife is on Twitter and he doesn't like it, Michael. I agree. I think your abs are a little bit of a problem and it makes me uncomfortable quite often when we're interacting.
18 years in the making.
You know, that's so funny. I was just,
lots of mil one.
You know what's so funny? This is why I love fitness. It's similar to business. Literally, and Andrew Mason on my team, who does like the filming, is one of the team right now. Him and I are laughing, and I wonder if he just thought when you said 18 years in the making to the meeting I just had with a kid who's been trying to get 15 minutes with me for a year, and I finally got to do it. And he was like, well, how do I? And I was like, yeah, so I've been posting every day on Twitter since 2006, which is now 16 years. And so that's why a lot of people, and I've been doing it well. Like, it's not even like it's kind of like working out, right? It's not even being in the gym for 16 years. It's doing the exercise properly, something I've learned with Mike Vacanti over the last 8.
Can I say something about that, Gary?
Yeah.
Because I think it's so important. You say 16 years, and that sounds like a long time. I say I've been working out for 18 years. And by the way, 16 years and 18 years are a long time, but the beauty of it is the only fucking thing that you need to be worried about is today, right? Like, so if you start right now,
correct.
16 years is
correct.
totally fucking possible.
Correct. Correct. Real quick, before we go to FFV, we're gonna go to teacher because ladies first, and she's also in the Discord making sure I do the right thing. So teacher, fire away.
Hi, Michael. Hi, Gary.
Hi, Katie.
This is teacher. I'm the Katie from Gary.
I love it. Katie, when I tell you
Yes.
the amount of times Michael and I have talked about you in the last 9 months when we're just doing other random like business check-ins or he sends the update to investors, it's like the most interesting conversation for me. Please take the floor. Tell us what happened.
Listen, I can't thank Michael Chernow enough. He is the real deal. He has been so supportive in my journey, my health journey. I'm a completely different person than when I started, and I'm going to tear up now because the first meeting we had a Zoom meeting, and he and I just connected on another level. And yes, I do text him every day, and he texts me back, which means the world to me. He's given me a shout out on your show. I just can't thank him enough. But since I've started my health journey, and he I've sent him pictures of things. I've done Hell on the Hill with Jesse Itzler. Now, last year, if you could see me on a Zoom, there's no way in hell you would ever think that I would be able to do that. But I have been able to maintain weight loss. I've lost 50 plus pounds. I walk every day. I'm motivated. I've changed my attitude. It's been a whole journey for me, but I've been heavy my entire life. This is the first time in my life I've ever been comfortable where I am. And I really have Michael to thank you for that. And Gary, because you introduced me to him. So thank you.
Katie, best of all, you have yourself to thank. You know, the reality right now is like this is fun, and like, of course, I'd love to see Michael's business do well, and do I want people to buy the subscription? I sure do. Knowing that there are 10 to 15 other Katies that are like, they're ready. Like, this is January 9th. This is why we do it now. Like, 99% of people have actually, my morning walk talk video on Twitter today was like, you've already bailed on your New Year's resolution. I am so impressed and motivated and have so much admiration and respect for you, Katie. It's like, you just really did it. Like, yes, I have a tiny cosign. Michael has a massive cosign, but at the end of the day, you could have stopped texting him. You could have not followed the program. Like, it's really cool that you did it. And like, you're an inspiration for a lot of people on this call. I know it.
Thank you. I really
Katie,
appreciate it.
I'm so grateful for you, Katie. You are the fucking best. You really are.
Thank you.
And I just, the fact that you've stuck with this and literally a full year is like, what it says is that it's never too late. And, you know, something that I talk a lot about in my content, you know, I've opened businesses and I've done a bunch of shit in the business space, but I do strongly believe that if you cannot commit to yourself, you may be able to open a business, but you're not going to be happy long term. You may be able to make millions and millions of dollars, but if you hate yourself and all you do is work and you don't actually do anything in the world of self-care, self-love, taking care of yourself, you're going to be fucking miserable.
And this is why I'm obsessed with my version. The one that comes natural to me is loving yourself so you can love everybody else. Putting things into perspective, understanding your relationship with time. All those jokes people make about me, I believe it more than breathing. I'm 47 years old and I am feel like I haven't even started, and I'm aware of my professional and personal accomplishments. I feel like I haven't fucking started. And so when people are like, what's the floor price next week? Or why hasn't my business exploded? Or why didn't I lose 20 pounds this month? Everyone's super confused about how important it is to focus on your mentality and your health, because then everything else will click. There was a viral video I made where a kid rolls up on me and just asks is health important in business? And I don't know, it was just a very quick, literally I was walking through a conference and I was like, if you're dead, you're out of business. And it just fucking hit for so many, to this day, I still get DMs and emails about it. And I just think a lot of people here, I'm very invigorated for Web3. I'm very invigorated for Vayner. I'm very invigorated. I'm writing a new book, Jab, 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 Left Hook is coming. There's the alpha. It's gonna be fucking insane. I'm pumped, but all of it's for naught if you're not mentally and physically healthy. And so, go ahead.
One other thing that I'll just add to that is, I just said that if you cannot commit to yourself, being happy in business is gonna be really, really challenging long term. If you can commit to yourself, your chances of being successful in business are far greater.
Yeah, it's a whole different game. Let's Michael, real quick, I wanna get FFV in here. And I want you to throw your left hook to make sure people know where to buy, because I know you're I assume you're gonna close it like you did last year of how many people can be in the coaching session, because you've got the discounted January prices for your product to begin with. You're adding this group coaching thing that Katie used one-on-one. You're doing a little bit more group now, but I assume that closes. So I wanna give you a few minutes to throw your left hook because I promised you that, but I wanted to do more content. So FFV.
I've been going to the gym for two or 3 years now. And, consistency going to the gym is not my problem, but nutrition is. I'm not the best eater all the time.
Yeah.
So my question is how does someone like myself that constantly goes and gets the consistency of going to the gym, how do I stay consistent on my eating habits as well?
What do you struggle, brother? This is me, by the way. I've been in the gym every single day for the last 8 years. And where I lose my way is 100, you can't outwork Mike Vacanti and Jordan said to me, Gary, you can't outwork your mouth. And it really has stuck with me. For you to accomplish what you want, FF, you're gonna need to win on nutrition. I started getting my carb balance different in Q3 of last year. It was remarkable. I super lost my way in Q4 because I finally started to travel and go out again post-COVID. And I've been really invigorated the first 9 days of this year. And Mike flew from Minnesota to be with me physically. And I'm really hyped and I've been hacking, but I'd love to hear what catches you. For me, it was soft carbs. Give me a croissant or something soft and bakey. I was fucking losing my mind because I didn't realize it turned into sugar in my body. I got educated on that. What are you getting caught up on? Volume, soda, candy? What's your fucking, muse?
So the thing is, I come from a Mexican household. My mom cooks the best food, man. Tortilla,
yeah.
Dude, I absolutely, it's hard, man, because, I'm on my own, so when I go visit my mom, it's, and I do it constantly because I love my mom. And
love that.
She feeds me the best food, man, but not the best food for me. And when I go home, I'm just I already ate this crap food. I might as well just have another crap food because you want to hear another one? For me, it's if I go to the gym and have a good workout, then I don't eat poorly. But then to your point, it's all momentum. Michael, this is the reason I invested in your company. This is literally verbatim the product you created so that him and I consume this.
but without being a complete shill to your world, what else do characters like him and I have to think about? I know water has worked for a lot of my friends. It just fills them up. What else should we be thinking about, Michael?
Yeah, so I mean, look, at the end of the day, the short answer is it's not easy, and there's no secret sauce.
Yep.
Right? It's just there's not. This is the problem, and this is why I created Meal One, because if you start your day confused, hesitant, not sure what to eat, chances are you're either gonna not eat, which is gonna make you hungrier later, and tendency to eat some garbage, or you're gonna grab something that's easy and probably just what Gary said, a croissant, a fucking bagel, something that is gonna metabolize into sugar and get stored as fat into your body. So ultimately, it is really
Michael, why did none of us realize that protein quenches your hunger even better and like dominates by comparison? Like, why did we?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I was gonna get there. So basically what I'm saying is that when you start right with the right meal, your chances of making better decisions are just greater, especially if that meal has a lot of protein in it. Because protein is gonna slow down the metabolism of the carbohydrates, right? And when you add healthy fats in there, it makes it even, it slows it even further. So macros make a big difference. The idea is you want to be consuming as much protein. If you're an active person, if you go to the gym 3 to 4 days a week, you want to consume as much protein and as many grams of protein as pounds of body fat you have. So if you weigh 170 pounds, the goal should be eating 170 grams of protein. Protein is incredibly satiating, and it is going to fill you up. When you eat carbohydrates and nothing but carbohydrates, specifically simple carbohydrates, they spike your blood sugar, they tank it,
Yep.
and you get fucking hungry
Yep.
right away. It doesn't do anything for you, unless you eat something like that and go immediately into working out.
Yep.
And then you could potentially burn it off, but the truth of the matter is that it's just not a healthy way to think about nutrition.
It's crazy. It's crazy how much just a slight tweak of how much more protein I consume in the last 6 months. By the way, the other thing that has happened is all that working out is starting to show muscles. Michael, I actually have a hair of a chest muscle now. Literally this morning, I made my boob move like Hulk Hogan, and like I haven't had a chest in my entire life, in my entire human life, and now I slightly do, and it's because I'm actually doing it quote unquote the right way, whereas weight is not the thing I'm trying to win. I'm trying to do muscle gain, and because when I work out now, much more protein goes in pretty quickly. It's like I'm gonna look like you in 39 years.
30, how did that feel, Gary? Just curious.
You mean when I like lifted the boob Hulk Hogan style today?
Yes.
It made me think of Macho Man because I liked Macho Man much more, and then it made me think of a simpler time. So it put me in a very healthy mental place alongside.
FFV, just to close the loop on that, at the end of the day, you want to be eating a lot of protein, a lot of good quality protein, and ideally you have something in your like periphery first thing in the morning that can kickstart your metabolism, because intermittent fasting gets a lot of good and bad reviews. For me, it's a very stressful way to exist when you intermittent fast. You're thinking about food too much. So a lot of people tend to binge once they start eating. So I just like to say, fuck all the noise. Let me do the right thing, and let me put something that's going to be really nutritious into my body in the beginning of the day, kickstart my metabolism, so that I never get to a place where I'm hungry. It's all about, like, when you're hungry, that's when shit goes awry. So if you can feed your body the right things every 2 to 3 hours a day, the right things, not the wrong shit, the right things, you never get hungry, which makes you want to make poor decisions. People tend to make poor decisions.
100%.
And hungry.
100%.
Does that make sense?
Or, and this is why I care so much about this, or they're mentally unhappy, right? Food closes emotional gaps like a motherfucker. Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
man, and I think that's, honestly, I think that's what it is, man. Because I wake up, I don't eat as much in the morning, and dude, I'm starving by lunchtime. And
yeah, and then
I'm just going.
Yeah, you're just grabbing whatever fuck.
Exactly.
Yep. All right, brother.
Hey, Gary, real quick.
quick?
Yeah.
Dude, I've been following you for many years, dude. I've seen the transformation, dude. It's like you had no arms to some arms and some chest going, dude.
Dude, it's super weird. I mean, it's super weird. Like, once I get this like hair implant afro next and like start to like going after, like, I've got a whole plan. I want to stun the world at 50, bro. I got a plan. 47. Thank you for that, man. I put in the work. I'm happy about it. Thank you. Chris, let's get you up here.
Hey, thanks for bringing me up. I had a question. I hope it's not too nuanced. I would like.
I prefer it's nuanced because A, you're here and the serendipity gave you access to Michael, and B, inevitably 3 to 100 people are going to get value from it. So go ahead.
So my question isn't around like habits. I feel like we all know we are our habits, and this is just as much as a mental game as it is a physical one. But like I've been trying to like maybe eat a little bit better, maybe get more exercise in, and I've been very disciplined in other areas of my life. But it's been very difficult to build habits around this kind of world, and I understand that like a lot of people don't do well because they don't feel well, and that's something that I'm really trying to correct. So like my question is around this: is it if you try something over and over again and you're struggling with it, do you have to sell yourself on it first and then tackle it, or is it just better maybe to get an accountability partner?
So I think that's a great question, and I think that's why whoever subscribes to the Meal 1 for 28 days is going to get pumped into this group coaching program that we're going to do.
Can you, Michael, can you explain it real quick? We're going to run out of time while we've got everyone's attention. Can you explain it in detail? Because that's what I'm getting most hit up about right now, which is people are confused on what you're offering above and beyond with the URL that I shared.
So here's the deal. We're going to keep anybody.
And everybody, I'm going to tweet the URL he's talking about right now. Go ahead.
So anybody who subscribes to the 28 pouch a month subscription, which comes with the and the journal, for the first 200 people that subscribe through Gary's landing page are going to get offered to join a group coaching 3-month program that we're going to meet once a month for the first 3 months of the year. And what we're really going to focus on is morning routine. We're going to focus on morning routine, and especially to sort of piggyback off of your question, Chris. When I ask a lot of people who are looking to get into the world of better living, fitness, nutrition, mindset, all that stuff, I ask them, where do they actually think they sit on the totem pole? Like, where do they sit? Do they, like their personal self? You may be married, you may have kids, you may be running businesses, whatever. Where do you sit? How much time do you give yourself on a daily basis to do whatever the fuck you want to do? How much time do you give yourself? Is that time at 11 o'clock at night when you're tired, you've been working for the last 10 hours, and all you want to do is stuff your face and watch Netflix? Or is that time where I find the most productive time in the world? Like, the most productive time in my life is, some people will disagree with me, but I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I have a solid hour and a half every single day to focus only on me, and I do all the good shit then. And when I prioritize myself like that every single day, I don't sacrifice time with my family, I don't sacrifice time with my business, I sacrifice my personal time to maybe sleep time to actually focus all of this energy, an hour and a half that I've earned every fucking day. That's like 400 hours a year that I just earned by waking up an hour and a half earlier, the most productive time in my life, because I am doing all the things back to back to back. My morning routine is intense. If you want to go over to my Instagram, I just posted it today, my full morning routine, and you can kind of see how intense I am with it because of how passionate I am about it. But that is the answer to your question. You ask yourself honestly, where do you sit on your totem? And if you're at the bottom, or if you're even in the middle, you're making a big fucking mistake. Because when you are at the top of the totem pole, you're a better father, husband, friend, brother, business owner, business partner, employee, employer. You're better at everything. You're just better at everything when you are number one in your life. And I'm not saying that you should sacrifice time with the people that you love to be with yourself. I'm saying that you need to sacrifice some time in the morning before everybody else gets up to really live your best life. And that's how it works for me and lots of people I know. There's books written about the 5 a.m. club. There's TED Talks about it that people really do give themselves this hour and a half every single morning to really focus on themselves uninterrupted, and it sets them up for success. You know, pouring a foundation is necessary and essential for a building to survive the test of time. If you build that shit on dirt, it is going to sink and fall over. But when you pour that shit with concrete, it is going to stand up tall. And that's what I think about my morning routine.
Let's keep this moving. Chris, get in here. Oh, Chris Scott is in there. I'm sorry, I apologize. Ziana. Thank you, Chris. Ziana, you want to join? If not, it looks like her has another question, so we'll let her in.
Just while people are joining, just know that the first 200 people that subscribe will get pumped into this group coaching session. So please subscribe. You get 28 pouches a month, plus the other things that we mentioned. You will never have to worry about breakfast or your first meal of the day. It's also an incredible pre or post workout meal. It is a meal. It's not a snack. It is going.
Michael, I have good news. Andrew, hold on. This is amazing. Andrew, put that back up. Andrew is literally sitting here filming me, and just showed me that he bought the thing. I'm literally tweeting this out, Andrew. That's so good. Yeah, Michael, we don't have a whole lot of time, but let's get her in there.
Hi, Gary. I don't want to take up too much time, but this is such an amazing talk. I just wanted to let you know I really needed this and I really appreciate it. I just wanted to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Justina. I go by Just. For hair system.
Yep.
And I also wanted to touch on the fact that protein for someone who is plant-based has always been a struggle.
Yep.
And I've heard that from so many other plant-based people. And how difficult it is to find the proteins to balance out and to make them feel good. And usually they go towards the carbohydrates because it makes them feel full. And I totally agree with you with your morning routine. That's something that I'm currently working on because I work so much and I love what I do. I love being an artist. I love sharing everything that I am and giving to the community. And it's so hard for me to pull myself from that to do something for myself sometimes, even though that sounds crazy, it's true. And I know this whole entire talk is a reality check for myself to get more dive deeper within myself to find the time to do the things that I know I need to do for my well-being. And I know that I'm a better person when I am doing better for myself and I'm better for everyone around me, everyone that's supporting me. I know that that's a step that I'm taking now.
I love it.
I love it.
Of course.
How do you adjust?
I love that. Good luck. Michael, before we bounce out here, two things on the extremes. One, help us for people that can't afford this, right? So this $119 a month, 28 meals, plus the group coaching for the people that are here today. But then there's also a group that just can't afford that. So let's first start with what are 3 or 4 or 5 of your favorite hacks or homemade ways that people can play this game? And then finally the right hook, like should they hit you up on Twitter? Like I feel like everyone here should follow you on Twitter and then tweet you so you can one-on-one help them, because I don't, you didn't structure this I mean, I'm pumped you made a URL. I'm really proud of you, Michael. You've made some super strides here. But I'm not sure like people fully exactly know what.
People can also subscribe to the 14 pouches a month, which is, I believe, $63. So
Yep.
it's not the full 28
Yep.
at 119.
Yep.
And then if you go on the site, you can also do a one-time purchase. And if you want to just dip your toe,
Just try it. Because I have to run. I want to give people the alternative, not deciding to buy, but more just need a hack. Is it like what's the good protein hack in the morning that's clean? Because the other thing, like obviously with Mona, like everything now in my world is clean. Like what's the clean protein play for somebody who can't go 63 or 119? Like, is it eggs? Like what's the best, most affordable hack?
Honestly, I would say eggs can be rough on people's stomach if
Yeah.
not consistently.
Yeah.
So I would say, quite frankly, in the morning, if you want to just have, you know, I mean, it's not the easiest breakfast, but grilled chicken is probably just about, as far as I'm concerned, the cleanest, easiest to produce, easily accessible protein that is essentially pure protein. So grilled chicken is it's not news that grilled chicken is really one of the best sources for protein. If you want to try to create this product, you can make it. You just won't have the probiotics, the digestive enzymes, the D3 and the omegas, but you can boil oats. You can boil, rolled oats, half a cup of rolled oats in a pot with about a cup and a half of water. Let it cook for about 8 to 10 minutes on low heat, and then just put a couple of scoops of protein in it once it cools down a little bit and mix it. It takes 15, 20 minutes to do, but that is a way to hack this, to hack the product, and then you can, if you want to buy the supplements, you can do that as well.
Everybody, I got to go to my 2:45. I want everybody to, if they want to join the group session, to immediately click on Michael's, by the way, shirtless body in his profile photo, and follow him, and then tweet at him right away so he can one-on-one, hand-to-hand combat all of you with the direct link in the right way, because I'm just in the Discord, in my Twitter DMs right now, I'm getting like, I don't know which one, what am I buying? There's some confusion, so follow Michael right now before I hang up here. And Michael, thank you, brother. I'm really pumped. Like, the Katie story just has me going. Andrew's sitting here. He always gets emotional, which excites me. So he's fired up. I think he's gonna win. And so I'm excited about the Rangers season for Andrew. I'm excited for I'm excited for all the iconics. Big shout out to everybody who picked up a VeeFriends iconic this weekend. That's another thing you should do for happiness. But that's a different story for a different day. Love you, talk to you. Michael, thank you. Please, everyone, please click Michael's account right now, because he's sharing a lot of good content anyway, even if you don't do this, but then you can hit him up and ask him for the right link and what's the details. If everybody understood the links I shared, you buy the double subscription, the $119, and you're gonna get an email from Michael putting you into group coaching. I couldn't recommend it more. A lot of you heard Katie's story. There's a lot of others that don't wanna be shared that I have heard directly. For full transparency, there's a couple people in my Discord, Michael, that said they didn't love the taste of it, so like 1 or 2 people, so I told them to hit you up. I know you changed your formula a little bit, so a lot of fun stuff. Continued success on your journey, brother. Love you.
Appreciate you. Love you.
Bye, everyone.